My billionaire grandfather left his entire fortune to me. Then a stranger walked into the will reading and claimed I was dead. When my grandfather died, I expected nothing. Absolutely nothing. He was one of the richest men in the country, owner of hotels, real estate, private islands, the kind of billionaire who appeared on magazine covers, and he hated me. At least that's what everyone believed. My mother was his only daughter. 25 years earlier, she married a poor schoolteacher against his wishes. My grandfather disowned her immediately. When my parents died in a car accident, I was only 12. My grandfather never attended the funeral, never called, never visited, or so I thought. So when his lawyers invited me to the reading of his will, I assumed it was a formality. Maybe a small trust fund, maybe nothing. Instead, I walked into a room filled with angry relatives, uncles, cousins, business partners, people already arguing about the inheritance. The lawyer cleared his throat. Then he announced something nobody expected. The entirety of the Blackwood estate will pass to one person. Everyone leaned forward. Then he said my name. The room exploded. My cousin nearly fell out of his chair. One uncle started screaming. Aunt Linda called the lawyer a fraud. Meanwhile, I sat there completely frozen. The fortune was worth nearly $3 billion. $3 billion, and somehow it all belonged to me. Then the conference room doors opened. A man I'd never seen before walked inside. Tall, gray-haired, expensive suit. The room became silent. He looked directly at the lawyer, then at me, and said, "That inheritance belongs to nobody." The lawyer frowned. "What are you talking about?" The man took a deep breath. "Because Emily Blackwood died 20 years ago." The room froze. I stared at him. "What?" The stranger slowly turned toward me. "You aren't Emily Blackwood." My heart stopped. Everyone started talking at once. The lawyer demanded an explanation. Then the stranger introduced himself. Detective James Carter, retired, former investigator, and apparently someone my grandfather had secretly hired 20 years earlier. Then he revealed the first twist. The night my parents died, there were actually 2 little girls in the car. Me, and another child. My best friend Sophie. We were both 8 years old. The accident was horrific. Bodies, fire, confusion, panic. By the time emergency crews arrived, one child was dead, the other survived. But the identification process became complicated, very complicated, especially because both girls had severe injuries. I laughed nervously. "This is ridiculous." Then Detective Carter showed photographs, hospital records, witness statements. My hands started shaking, because parts of the story sounded familiar. Little fragments I'd never understood, dreams, memories, questions I'd carried my entire life. Then came the second twist. My grandfather knew. For years, he knew there was a possibility the surviving child wasn't actually Emily. That's why he hired the detective, not to expose me, to find the truth. The room became completely silent. Then Detective Carter revealed his conclusion. After 20 years of investigation, he'd finally identified the survivor. And according to him, it wasn't me. I felt sick. Everything I knew about myself started collapsing. My name, my identity, my family, all of it. Then the lawyer asked the obvious question. "If she isn't Emily, where is Emily?" Nobody answered, because nobody knew, until another voice spoke. From the doorway, a woman,